4. All right. This is the second time we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit loud earlier. And I think we were giving ourselves a second chance to go at it. Okay. I just want to quickly introduce you, Arron. Thank you for coming all the way here from Shenzhen. Your first time in America.
Yeah.
And also, immediately your first introduction to America is the cold plunge at Meta Labs here. Okay. Now, is this your first time doing this, cold plunging ever?
Yeah, this is my first time to do the cold plunge. I don't have it in my city, Shenzhen, and I don't think there is a cold plunge in China. So this is my first time to do the cold plunge. It should be my best experience.
Yes.
I will tell more later, yeah.
Right, technically it's your second time today because your first time was probably like 3 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know we did this interview before and you had explained a lot of it, and the series of questions I had already forgotten, so we'll just roll with the new set of questions.
Okay, sure.
So tell me, what was your first sort of like the first time you've heard about cold plunging?
Yeah.
You mentioned Wim Hof earlier. Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
And also go into your experience here at the Meta Labs cold plunge.
The first time I went about Wim Hof should be last year. I just know from a book, and then I checked this guy, and I saw the video. This guy Wim Hof, he can stand under the ice, and there's a he stay under the ice and can stay like for maybe a few hours. So and then I checked more about this guy. He break so many world records. So then I know from him, but that's all. I didn't know so much, but that's all I know. Yeah.
Now, what led you to that video? Like, how did you discover Wim Hof? Were you looking into your health and fitness, researching and stuff like that?
Just only because I read one book, and that book.
And which book was that?
Naval Ravikant. It is a book called Naval.
Naval.
Yeah. Maybe Navel. Naval. Yeah. That book is famous.
Is that the author's name?
Yeah, Naval is the author. He's a.
Maybe we'll add it in the link somewhere for people to reference later.
Yeah.
So that book led you to Wim Hof.
Yeah, and I just checked this guy, and then I practice one thing from Wim Hof. He teach people to quickly like fully in, fully breathe in and breathe out. And before I do the push up, before I using the Wim Hof's breathing, I can push up maybe 20, and then after I using his fully breathe in and fully breathe out, I can push maybe 30 pieces. Yeah.
So Wim Hof's breathing techniques was something you use for maybe exercising.
Yeah.
And then that was when you discovered or learned more about his involvement with like ice practices and therapies, right? Now, are you familiar with Wim Hof's background, why he got into cold plunging? Things like that?
Not that familiar. I know this guy, and because I saw this guy's how crazy, how powerful he can do that. So I just interesting and just read more and using his breathing method to practice to see if this can be useful to me. So just practice and find it can be useful. But I found one thing, when I fully breathe in, for example, like too much, I will feel a little bit light. Sometimes I feel like kind of feeling like I feel
dizzy. Maybe?
Yeah, dizzy or kind of thing. So I don't press it too much. So just when I feel I can do that at a relaxed, easy time. I can't do that in the busy time. For example, walking or when I'm hungry, I don't do that.
So breathing becomes a unique field, unique world where you can explore different types of breathing techniques to regulate your bodily hormones And you find that breathing can change your body's mood, change your body's energy levels. And that's exactly what Wim Hof really represents, besides just the cold, because he uses a lot of his new developed breathing techniques to conquer the cold, right?
Yeah.
To be able to handle more cold. I believe lots of people that follow Wim Hof follows his breathing techniques. So you're one of the many that follows his breathing exercises, as have I and some of my friends in the past. Oh, that's cool. And so did you try some of that breathing technique before going into the cold this time around?
No.
Okay, you
No.
didn't have to, that's cool.
No,
Why
I
is
didn't
that?
have to. And I found Wim Hof's breathing should be in a regular thing because I did not test in the water. For example, when I using the Wim Hof's breathing method,
Yes.
it will make me feel sometimes feel like sick to fall down.
Oh, dizzy, lightheaded, or
Dizzy,
or
like
nauseated, nauseous.
yeah. So I didn't use that before I go into the cold plunge. Just everything is regular, just relax and lie peaceful, calm down and get in. That's all. I don't think too much. I didn't even think this is hot or cold. I just do not think too much and just go inside. Yeah.
And how was that for you? Was it difficult, easy?
Yeah.
Because I already witnessed and got to see you go through that process, and it was very easy for you,
Yeah.
which puts you up there in the top maybe 2% of people. Like you graded yourself, or you performed really well.
Thank
Can
you.
you go into talk about,
Yeah.
more
Is
on
it-
the side of meditation and breathing,
Yeah.
perhaps?
Okay. Since like this is my second time today, let me from the beginning. 3 days ago, the first time I go into the easy one, like 51 degree, and I go there for inside about 1 minute. And this is my first time, very first time for the cold plunge.
Yeah.
And I feel extremely cold. And
Even in that 1 minute.
yeah,
right?
even in that 1 minute.
Yeah,
But
Hey, you
I
look good doing it. You didn't
yeah,
look cold
thank
at
you.
all.
Yeah, and at that time you're not here, and because this is my very first beginning, I don't know I don't know how if I stay longer will be safe to me or not. So I come up, but actually I can stay maybe 2-3 minutes. But I don't feel
You gotta
don't
be
feel
sure,
safety. So I just come up.
Yeah.
So after I come up from that 51, I go to 47 degree and stay there to check again, and then I stay there.
How long were you in there the second time?
Just
so
about
people
like 10 second rest. I
The
come up.
47? Oh.
Yeah, I
you
come up
rest for
from
10
51.
seconds, then you hop into the 47.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come up from 51 degree and hold on about 10 seconds, and I go jump into 47. When I go into 47, I hold there for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I hold there for
And
2
you look
minutes.
comfortable in that.
I'm still comfortable.
Okay.
And then I come up about similar like 10 minutes.
You
10
rested
seconds.
for about another 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And then from there you jumped into
jump to the 41
41 degrees.
degree
Right.
and stand there for about 7 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow,
that's all.
So you just basically just slowly go up.
Yes, slowly go up.
Uh-huh.
So to me, I think that 7 minutes is I can feel the difference. Like my mind tell me something when I standing inside that 41 degree. During those 7 minutes, the very beginning 30 seconds would be really kind of like suffering something freezing cold, and even I feel painful on my neck and feel really freezing cold.
Most people do.
But one thing helped me is just because I meditate 5 years ago. So when I feel the cold, I just let myself. I know I'm right now in the cold water, and I let myself to feel the cold.
Yeah.
And then at that moment I feel the cold,
Yeah.
it made me feel it did not that cold. So I get used just to make myself to feel the cold.
Yes.
And then you let me get used to it, so I can easily for me to go to 2 seconds, 2 minutes, and 3 minutes. So once
That's
I
very
get into
supernatural.
yeah,
Very abnormal.
yeah.
Because
So
most people
once
can't.
when I go there further 3 minutes, I think, oh, I can stay there longer. It did not make me colder or painful. So I just stand there to take the breath, normal breath, like a little bit deeper than normal, like this, and then I just stay there. And another second difficulty should be about number 5 minutes.
Oh, you're saying that the second time you did it,
Yeah,
you did it for 5 minutes
Oh,
on the 41 degrees.
yeah, in 40, I think the 41 degree that day should be 41 degree. And second time I did it, when I stayed there for 5 minutes, actually I feel shatter in the
So
cold
you're
water.
talking about today?
3 days
Earlier?
ago.
Oh, this
I'm-
is all in the same
yeah,
day.
yeah, the same day, 3 days ago, because that day is my first day to come here. So I did under the water. I feel safe. So after on that 5 minutes, I want to come up, but at that moment, I remind myself to feel the shadow, to feel the cold.
Yes.
And then it let me move ahead.
Yes.
So I stayed there for 7 minutes, and
Total.
actually,
Okay.
yeah. So at that moment, I can stay maybe 8 or 9 if I want. So,
Yeah.
but just I come up.
Yeah.
So this is the first day during this. Yeah.
So I guess the idea here is that most people try to run away from the cold feeling.
Yeah.
They don't want to think about the cold, but you know the technique that you use is the same technique that some advanced plungers, including myself, is that we want to feel the cold.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like, hey, the cold is just a feeling.
Yeah.
It is not necessarily what you're experiencing entirely, right?
Yeah.
You could also feel the sounds or hear the sounds around you.
Yeah.
You could also feel other types of energies around you. But if you choose to just run away from something, it intensifies it. But for you, just feeling it, almost as if, does it feel as though you're kind of connected to the cold?
Yeah,
and
right.
Therefore the
I
cold,
am at that moment. I am the cold. I
are
am
the
the cold
cold, yes.
itself. I am not me. I am the cold at that moment.
Yes,
I just imagine I am the cold. I am the cold water.
yes.
There's
yeah.
no me and cold water. We are the one at that moment. Yeah, I can feel like that.
Right, right. And it feels as though it helps you, almost like you get some mercy from the cold. That doesn't necessarily mean you can be there for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Might not necessarily, because you could freeze, you could turn into ice or whatever that may be, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that the more you believe you are the cold,
Yeah.
the more you can use your mind to connect with the cold, the more comforted you are by
Right.
the process.
Yeah.
And then you could see yourself and feel yourself staying
Yeah.
there for longer periods of time. Is that what
Yeah.
I'm understanding here?
Yeah. I think this is why I can stay there as longer as I want, if I want. Yeah.
Well, we're very proud of you, because I remember on that day we had maybe 4 other people, like 4 other members that were around.
Yeah.
And then they saw you in the cold for long periods of time, and
Yeah.
we were all equally very impressed. We just thought, it's like, wow, like this guy
Yeah.
can stay in there for a long time.
Yeah.
But the difference here is that you meditate, I meditate, and these guys, these other members, do not meditate. So there's a difference there.
Yeah.
To say that meditation
Yeah.
is a very powerful tool for people.
I believe so. Yeah.
Right, right. So what got you into meditation?
It was like I just started to begin meditate 5 years ago.
Okay.
Before 5 years ago, when I have a bad mood, when I yell with other people, I argue with my family or my friends or my wife, I don't know I'm angry with them and like out of control my mood. So I want to control my mood.
Yeah.
And then for somehow I read many books. They all say meditation should be helpful, and then I just try. I read so many Chinese philosophy book or Western Union philosophy book, and I just start to do the meditate. Because I want to know. It helped me to calm down my mind and let me to make the better choice or solution at that moment. So I just want, when next time I'm angry, I want myself right now I'm angry. So after 2-3 years meditating, and when at that moment when I'm angry, and very soon maybe 5 seconds I know, oh, right now I'm arguing with this guy, I'm angry. When I'm not happy, when I'm grumpy, I know, oh, okay, right now I'm grumpy. Once I know I'm grumpy, it made me feel, okay, I don't have that much grumpy. It's very similar same. Once if I aware, right now I'm in the cold, I feel my cold, it made me feel, I do not feel that much cold. So there was sometimes when I was walking on the road, there was a sand inside my shoe. I don't have to quickly take out that sand under my shoe. I just to make myself to feel the sand under my foot, to feel that uncomfortable. Just make myself to feel that uncomfortable feeling, and then I will feel comfortable.
I see.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you're aware.
Yeah.
You're aware of it, and you're aware that it's going to pass.
Yeah.
It's not going to be permanent.
Yeah.
And even the anger.
Yeah.
You can be angry in this moment.
Yeah. But I know I'm angry with this. Yeah. Very similar thing. Like right now, if we are having the interview, if I am nervous, I will know I'm nervous.
Nervous? Okay.
Nervous. Yeah. But I don't nervous. Like I'm very peaceful right now. I know I'm very peaceful talking. I didn't nervous or didn't rush. I'm very peaceful, so I know I'm peaceful here. I'm talking with Danny. Yeah, like sometimes we are talking. Me, Arron, I'm here, but I can imagine here is another guy, Arron. He's looking. We both talking.
Oh, so the awareness becomes your mind's able to see, feel yourself.
Yeah, and other people.
In multiple instances, it's almost as if you have an outside, lots of eyes in lots of different places.
Yeah, this is what I mean too.
Right?
Yeah.
Which allows you to catch yourself if you are nervous, if you're panicking, if you're angry, then you know that, oh, I'm nervous right now. I gotta make sure I calm the nerves down, or I'm panicking. Okay, check that box. I need to calm down the panic, or I'm scared. Okay, everything's going to be chill. I just gotta relax and let it go, and then be calm so that your body could better process it.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
It's almost as if it's like you're being present.
Yeah.
Right, and at the same time, you're letting go of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very meditation.
Yeah,
mentality type.
Yeah, this has helped me. So at that 3 days ago in the morning, 3 days ago when there were members here, I do 3 times for the code is 141 for 7 minutes, and when you are here, I do the dose is 43 degree. I stay inside for half an hour. This is 3 days ago. So, and today the different thing is I want myself to feel the different. I don't want to buy step by step. I want myself to see what if I directly jump into the coldest one, 41. I see how if I can stay there for long, or if I can only stay there for 30 seconds and then I come up, or if I can stay there still 10 minutes. So this first I want to test myself out to see.
So you say 43 degrees
Yeah.
for 30 minutes.
Yeah, at that
I was
day.
there with you. That was very
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now at least people know that if you meditate, and one's body's has the ability to withstand, like cold temperatures.
Yeah.
Even though you hated the cold.
Yeah, I
Right.
hate the cold. Yeah.
Yeah, you were never really cold plunging before.
Never.
This is your basically in America was your first time.
Right. Yeah.
And in the winter time you talked about dipping your feet into warm water, you said?
Yeah.
Just to warm yourself up.
Yeah.
But now out of 5 years of meditation,
Yeah.
you're able to center yourself where you can deal with cold temperature, just like that, for up to 30 minutes, or if not even more.
Yeah.
But you wanted to make sure you didn't get too greedy or
Yeah.
overly confident, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got out. Okay, I was there and I witnessed that. So it appeared that you could have easily stayed in there for maybe another hour or two,
Yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah. And before I come here to cold plunge, I don't know if, because I'm kind of person very hate cold, especially in the winter time. But this time I think I can go to the cold. So when I go back to Shenzhen in China, maybe in the winter time, I will try myself to take the cold shower in the winter time.
Dude, that is awesome
To
to
see,
hear.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one thing after experiencing the cold plunge, changed my mind. I want to see what could that happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could inspire that for you so that you keep challenging yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because for me, I was able to jump into the, ocean water.
Yeah.
Before I was just so difficult to handle that. But I'll tell you now that the likelihood of you handling cold water in the winter should be a lot better. But showers is very difficult because the water is splashing on your face.
Right.
And you're inside of a restroom, so the environment might be different.
Yeah.
Setup might be different.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a good practice, and
Yeah.
seeing that you have the mind of a meditator,
Yeah.
it'd be very cool to get to hear your feedback after that. okay?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you another question. What about your profession? Like, I know you're a sourcing agent. We've been friends for 12 years now, and that's how we met.
Yeah.
You were an agent in the manufacturing industry, and you helped me out. Like 12 years ago, we were doing cannabis projects together,
Yeah.
right? And then I know that about 5 years ago, you had aggressively or drastically changed your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, and you worked less, and you worked more at home. You even had a kid,
Yeah.
and then you started to share this lifestyle, and in turn created some courses out of it. Could you talk more about those courses so people can hear about that?
Yeah. Those courses like about first at beginning, those courses are just to help myself out to figure out my own problem because I was so confused about life living. Sometimes I don't know why I'm living for, and I earn some money, but I did not spend much. But I saving some money, but I don't feel happy in my life. So I want to figure
Lots of
out.
people have the same problem.
Yeah, I want to figure out what is important to me in my life. So I just read lots of books, and then I just find myself, the only thing to me will be never stop is learning all the time and practicing, learning until I die, practice
Now,
until I die.
were you doing that while you were working? How many hours were you working in Shenzhen?
You mean right now, 5 years ago?
5
or
years
before?
ago, before.
5 years ago, before I normally work 10 hours a day.
How many days a week?
Normally it should be six
So
days a
60
week.
six-
But I work for myself. Nobody forced me to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was that at a factory, for yourself, at home?
Yeah.
Both?
Myself at home, I work on the laptop, and some customer like you, they ask me to source some product for him, and then I just source and contact the factory and just work in front of the laptop.
And before 5 years ago, you were working at the manufacturers, right?
Working no, I still at home. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still working at home.
So you can do sourcing at home in China?
Yeah,
You don't have to be at the manufacturer?
Do you mean I go to the manufacturer? No, I don't have to, because first I will check online, and if this is ready, I have to go and check. I can go and check in Shenzhen factory or sometimes Guangzhou factory. If I don't have to, I can ask them to send me the sample, and I will inspect the order before shipping to US. Yeah. So
Okay. So that's cool. You were basically the middleman, just inspecting
right.
and making sure that the product is what they claim it is,
Yeah.
and that the customer gets what they ordered.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, while working 60 hours, you still were able to find time to read all those books?
Before I work 10 hours time, I don't have time to read books. This is like before 2019. All the time, all my mind thinking only working and earning money. So I have only read more books after 2019, which means I starting to read books 5 years ago. At that moment, if I want to read books, watch more learning more video, then I reduce my working time from 10 hours to 5 hours.
Oh, wow. If you don't mind me asking, so you went from 60 hours to 30 hours?
16 hours. Oh, you mean
60
per week, right?
Yeah, per week.
Okay.
60 hours to 30 hours.
Yeah.
Because you substituted the other 30 hours with reading.
Yeah, for learning, for reading.
Do you mind telling us what your income was like? So about 5 years ago, you were 30 years old, now you're 35,
Yeah.
right? Now, how much was your income then, and how much was it, 5 years ago? Kind of like 6 years ago and 5 years ago. Did that number drop also in half?
Do you mean that drop off? You mean drop off?
Like if you were making, let's just say, 50,000 a year,
Yeah.
US. Now, because you're working half the hours, are now you making only 25,000 US?
I got you. Actually, I think it is same. It is same just because at that time when I work 10 hours per day, I just busy action, but I do not using too much my mind, like very low affection. But after I squeeze from 10 hours to 5 hours, because I want to spend another 5 hours for reading. So when at that moment 5 hours working, I just fully focus on the working.
Yes,
made me so much
instead of
affection.
growing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the salary, like the income is same. Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of people are gonna love hearing that, because most people, they spend time working, and then when they have extra time, whatever little time they have, they either rest or they go out.
Yeah.
They don't learn.
Yeah. So this is at that moment. I think when you are working, you just fully focus on your working.
Yeah.
When you go back home, you don't think about work. You just enjoy the family time or reading book time. But when you're reading book, you just focus on reading your book, enjoy reading your book. You don't think about work. When you are on the working time, you just focusing, enjoying your book and figure out your work. You don't think about reading book. Yeah.
So what snapped you out of a person who was working 60 hours a week, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm going to stop working that many hours and read books?
Yeah, there's one thing changed because like the COVID coming and COVID coming, and this is the one reason, because COVID coming during few months, the factory shut down, company shut down, everybody, even I want to work, there's no work for me.
I see.
So I have to stay at home for whole day long. I have no work, but before I'm busy for working, so at that moment I'm super lazy. I have much time, but I don't know what to do, and it made me feel. I feel
like unproductive.
Yeah, I don't know what to. I have a bunch of time. I have lots of time, but I don't know what can I do. So at that time, I think I lost myself. I don't know what to do. So like I'm busy all the time, like before this high and the COVID coming, and made me at this time have lots of time, but I don't know what to do. I don't like to read book. I don't like to hang out.
You don't want to be a loser.
Yeah, but I'm still unhappy and I do not enjoy my time. But I have
Yeah.
lots of time
Yeah.
per day, so I start to at that moment when whatever kind of book I want to read, I just let myself to read whatever kind of book. So and second reason is
Well, thank you for COVID.
yeah yeah really thank you.
Put you into a depression.
Yeah, at that time I did depression.
You did feel some depression?
Yeah, and also I start to meditate during that 2-3 months when the pandemic come.
Good for
I
you.
start to meditate, and second reason was my son born, and I know I can't work like before 10 hours because I need to take care of my son and my family, my wife. So I know I can't all the time work 10 hours per day. When I'm single, it's okay, but now I have family and I have a son, I can't, and I can't make myself to work the whole day long. So I want to change. There was a mind in my mind, I want to change myself. So I just figure out a way, and the books and something guide me to do that. For example, meditating and reading lots of books like Chinese philosophy, Western philosophy book, Lao Tsu, Confucius, and even Chinese. So every time when you talk to me about the good and the bad, the yin and yang, I was simply easy for me to understand because I know good or bad. Yeah. So I can understand. So I think cold plunge is really a good idea. Like in China, we say yin and yang. Yin in China we mean the cold, yang mean the hot. So you bring the virtual yin and yang to the real world yin and yang by using the coldest water and hottest water. So I think this is really a good idea, and to let people feel to understand the yin and yang, this is a really good idea.
Wow, so this is like the physical manifestation of the word yin and yang.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we offer this, because we're huge students of the practice, or students of the principles and concept of balance, the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
And is yin and yang a Chinese word?
Yeah. I think yin and yang is a Chinese word. There's a lot of things when we say in China about yin and yang. For example,
Or I should say, are they Chinese words? Yeah, because they are two words, right?
Oh yeah, it's two words.
Yin is cold.
Yeah, yin and cold.
Yang is
hot.
Yeah.
We
in Vietnamese, it's the same thing.
Oh, same. Okay.
Tiam, Tium.
Yeah.
One is hot, one is cold.
Yeah.
And in my upbringing, they say that when you conquer the two, you conquer the universe.
I believe so.
Yeah. So
I believe so.
It's very much aligned with Chinese philosophies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And now this is the physical manifestation of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come here to feel the yin and yang. Yin is the cold water, yang is the hot water. Like yin in China, we say yin is the moon, yang is the sun.
Same with females and males, right?
Yeah.
Which one's the male? And which
Yin
one's
is for woman, yin is for the female, yang is for the male.
Okay, so yin is cold?
Yeah.
So you're saying women are cold?
Because
I always knew that.
yeah.
They're cold-hearted. I'm sure men are the hot,
Yeah.
long-lasting sex of the two. It's a joke.
Yeah, actually in China, in Chinese ancient, they're talking, because when we say female yin, it means the virtue of the female, right here.
Oh, okay. It's the reproductive organs,
Yeah.
the sexual organs, the vagina.
Yeah, in China they call the female yin,
Okay.
and for the male we call it the yang, the male yang. Male yang, it means like the males here. How to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come in pairs. They need each other.
Yeah, and yin and yang are together. Yeah, you can't live without one of each. You will live together. You need each other. If there's no yin, there's no yang. Like if there's no bad thing in the world, how's the good thing come? because of the bad thing there, so there's a good. Because if you say this kind of thing is good, there must be one thing for you to compare. So then you can know this is bad or this is good. So
It's almost like referencing contrast.
yeah,
right?
reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without reference, without bad, there's no good. Without good, there's no bad.
And also, if there's no darkness, it's hard to see light.
Yeah.
So a lot of the universe, in terms of how we sense things, can be really understood by our understanding or our practices and observation of the yin and the yang. Man, well, that's really cool because we don't really get to dig into that much
Yeah.
with a lot of our members here.
Yeah.
But some of our members here are very much in tune with how the yin and the yang
Yeah.
help them better understand their respective fields, their their profession.
Yeah.
So it's very nice to get to talk to someone who is as fanatical, who are very passionate about the teachings of the yin and yang, which has been around for, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there any kind of technique, routine? I know we
Yeah.
talked about this earlier. You said that you went into the 50 degrees, and then you went to the 47,
Yeah.
and then into the 41, and then you notice that it helps you get to the colder a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now, how is that different from where today, where you jumped immediately
To the
into the
41.
41,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? Or which process do you recommend for people that are new?
For people who are new, I would more recommend they go to the first day at beginning for the 51. You need to warm up your body, and then you know how cold it is, and then you go to colder,
Yeah.
47, and then you maybe can go to even coldest, 41. That might be easier for beginner, for
Yes.
the newer. Yeah, but once you set up your mind, you think 51 to 47, there's only 4 degree different, not so much big different. Once you set up your mind, there are only 4 degree different. So if you directly go there, it also work for you, but you need to set up your mind first. Yeah.
Okay. Set like an intentions, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, kind of like intention. And I think for the newer, at beginning, the very beginning initial of 30 seconds would be difficult. I know once you get into it, jump into it, you feel very confusing and you have intention to come up. But at that moment, if you can feel your intention, I want to come up, but I know right now I'm cold. You just try to feel your cold at that moment.
Yeah.
It should help you
Maybe
to
talk
stay
to it.
inside longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guide to them like right now, like how you feel cold, okay, and take a breath and just feel your cold. For example, if I stand there, guide him, okay, you just feel your cold and how you're feeling. And once at that moment when you feel the cold, it really make you feel not that cold. At least I have that kind of feeling. Yeah. So this is the same thing to make me standing in the 41 degree for half an hour or whatever. So once if I feel the uncomfortable, I just let myself to feel the uncomfortable and it make myself comfortable.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to you right now, I'm nervous. I just make myself to feel my nervous. Then it will make myself not nervous, make myself calm down.
Gotcha.
This is all the time when I have a knife cut myself, like I'm bleeding, I'm painful. Okay, right now I don't have a banding. I just make myself, okay, I won't die. I let myself to feel I'm bleeding, I'm painful. I just feel the painful, and then it make me less painful.
Yeah.
I use every kind of this thing in my daily life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very consistent with the idea of choosing to feel the pain.
Yeah, to feel the feeling.
Right.
When you are happy feeling, sad feeling, they're just this feeling. There's just a kind of feeling. Feeling is nothing good or nothing bad. They're the same, it's just a feeling. At that moment, there's no you. At that moment, only feeling. Feelings only at that moment. So let me say,
It's temporary.
Yeah.
It'll go away.
Yeah.
Because eventually your body gets used to it.
yeah,
Once your body gets used to something, it's
Yeah.
comfortable,
Yeah.
it gains comfort, and then it becomes confident.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But
yeah.
really, it's not, it gives you confidence, but the idea is that you sat with it long enough, that it no longer bothers you.
Yeah.
Right. Now the difference is a lot of people that comes into our lab, they are not as present as
Yeah.
you may be, or the advanced plungers are. They be more of the type that runs from their pain because they're used to that.
Yeah.
Or maybe their body is a lot less, I want to say, grounded because maybe there's a lot of drugs, alcohol, abuse in their lives. So it's very easy for them to panic because of that lack of grounding, that lack of stability in their own body or balance, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So for you, do you drink alcohol, do drugs, maybe smoke marijuana? And can you talk about that? Like, what's your diet like?
Okay, first I don't smoke, I don't vape, even I do the THC oil cartridge with my
You're in
customer.
the industry, okay.
Yeah, I don't smoke, I don't tobacco. It's just at beginning I smoke, I don't feel comfortable with my mouth, and so I don't smoke because this kind of thing made me. There's no reason for me to smoke, so I just don't smoke.
That's exactly what it is, because when you're in America, there's lots of reason to drink and smoke,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In Shenzhen, it's different.
People they smoke there
In
also.
Shenzhen, they smoke a lot.
Lots of people smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of people smoke, and people drink alcohol also. I
a lot.
don't drink alcohol. It's sometimes when I drink alcohol, and my tummy is, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no reason for me to drink alcohol, and I don't need the alcohol when I feel stressed.
Yeah.
When I'm stressful, I just like go to swim, go to walk, or playing guitar or singing and relax. I use this kind of way to make me relax, rather than using the alcohol or smoke. Yeah, so I
Those are good
typically,
habits.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't smoke, I don't have alcohol, and
You don't have friends, is what you're telling me.
I don't have, yeah, I have friends, yeah, I have friends, but sometimes I feel a kind of feeling like there's no friends sometimes I can talk to, they can, because I think I'm 35 years old, but I think my mind sometimes I can be like 45 years old.
Yeah.
So when I talk to my friend in Shenzhen, we just talk the basically topic. We don't talk much about kind of philosophy or our future thing, because most of them, they're still busy focusing on earning money, and they don't have time to talk about other things, and they don't even can't stop to think. So they are busy for working, and yeah, but I experienced this kind of feeling before, and I don't want to be a money earning machine, money earning robot. I want to be a human being to experience lots of things, more other things. So I want to try the different things, the new things. Yeah.
Okay. So this helps people a lot, just to show them that even though cold plunging might sound difficult,
Yeah.
that if a person that is healthy
Yeah.
have the right, I shouldn't say right, but sort of maintain proper levels of energy, good energy
Yeah.
and health, that something like this would be fairly easy,
Yeah.
you would say, versus a culture that does a lot of maybe partying, would experience something entirely different. Because I do have moments where I don't smoke or drink often, but I have a lot of friends
They drink.
where we just connect by smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
But I do notice that the ones that drink a lot, typically, generally speaking, because there's always exceptions to the rule,
Yeah.
but the ones that do drink a lot or smoke a lot, they tend to be a little not grounded
Yeah.
or not healthy enough mentally to persevere or to endure the cold. So thank you for sharing that, so that we kind of get to know this dichotomy of a healthy body versus a body that is spent
Yeah.
and pretty much, consumed by good times, so to
Yeah.
speak, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying one path is better than the other, because
Yeah.
there's always a sacrifice
Yeah,
anytime you do something fun.
yeah. Most of the time, I don't
Or
think we
vice
need.
versa.
Yeah, most of the time, I don't think we need to compare with others. We just like you compare. If you want to compare, you just compare the day before yesterday and today. If you do anything different from you, compare by yourself. You don't need to compare with
Okay,
others.
daily improvement.
Daily, yeah. So I think Cold Plunge here it is really a good place for you to conquer, to make yourself one by one to make you stronger little by little, because cold water hard is at this hard is easy for me. I do hard in Shenzhen also too. So cold is difficult. So once if you set up your mind, you try to cold 51 and then stay there for, if you set up for 1 minute and then you got it, you did it by 1 minute, then next time you just set up about like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and as longer as you see, you can know you progress yourself, like you make yourself from at beginning 1 minute and then day by day you make it 5 minutes, so you make yourself stronger. And this cold water really need a kind of destination, like you have a strong mind to make yourself staying there long. So I think here Cold Plunge is really a good place for people to test themselves, to make them stronger at beginning. Yeah.
It truly is an opportunity to develop, to grow
Yeah.
your ability to handle stress, pressure,
Yeah.
which is basically something people go through on a daily basis. So if they can conquer it here, they can conquer it somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
I know my battery on my phone is about to die.
Okay.
So thank you for talking, Arron.
Thank you.
I know
Nice to
you're
talk to
leaving back
you.
to Shenzhen tomorrow, so
Yeah.
thanks for doing this, and hopefully you can come back.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can interview on Zoom.
Yeah, okay.
After your experience with cold shower in the winter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you
Appreciate
later.
it.